I don't mind. I mean, frankly, I told the House, if you want, let them see it. It's sort of interesting that a man out of the blue just writes a report. I got 306 electoral votes against 223. That's a tremendous victory. I got 63 million more. I got 63 million votes. And now somebody just writes a report? I think it's ridiculous. Nancy, I need 10 votes from Chuck.
The fact is, you do not have the votes in the House.
Nancy, I do. And we need border security. Nancy,
We urge you to take it.
and if it's not good border security, I won't take it.
It is very good border security.
And if it's not good border security, I won't take it. You look at the job that we're doing
You
with our
just said
military.
it is effective.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, you just said it's
Without
effective.
a wall, we need border security. I think we all agree that we need border security.
Yes,
Is that
we
right?
do.
Good.
We do.
See? We get along. Thank you, everybody.
And you want to shut it down. You keep talking
no.
about
The
it.
last time, Chuck, you shut it down.
No.
And then you opened
20
it up very
times.
quickly. And
20
I don't
times.
want to do what you did.
20 times.
Okay, you want to put that on
You
my...
said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
Will you once and for all, yes or no, definitively say that Russia interfered in the 2016 election?
I think it could very well have been Russia, but I think it could well have been other countries, and I won't be specific, but I think a lot of people interfere. I think it's been happening for a long time.
President, you again say you think it was Russia. Your intelligence agencies have been far more definitive. They say it was Russia. Why won't you agree with...
I agree. I think it was Russia, but I think it was probably other people and or countries, and I see nothing wrong with that statement. Nobody really knows.
You tweeted this morning that it's U.S. foolishness, stupidity, and the Mueller probe that is responsible for the decline in U.S. relations with Russia. Do you hold Russia at all accountable for anything in particular?
I hold both countries responsible. I think that the United States has been foolish. I think we've all been foolish. The probe is a disaster for our country. There was no collusion at all. Everybody knows it. It's ridiculous what's going on with the probe.
Where did you get this idea that President Trump trusts me or I trust him? He defends the interest of the United States of America, and I do defend the interest of the Russian Federation. Could you name a single fact that would definitively prove the collusion? This is utter nonsense.
Just now, President Putin denied having anything to do with the election interference in 2016. Every U.S. intelligence agency has concluded that Russia did. Who do you believe? Would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
Said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be. I have confidence in both parties. What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails. President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. And my fellow Americans, the best is yet to come. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
She did.
Wait.
Sure did.
A stunning moment here at the end of the president's speech. Nancy Pelosi tearing up what appeared to be a copy of the president's speech.
The question, sir, was what did you want President Zelensky to do about Vice President Biden and his son Hunter?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was just a follow-up of what I just asked you, sir.
Listen, you ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked you, which was,
Did you hear
what
me?
did you want
Did you
him
hear
to
me?
Yes,
Ask
sir.
him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude. The United States will not be a migrant camp, and it will not be a refugee holding facility. Won't be. You look at what's happening in Europe, you look at what's happening in other places. We can't allow that to happen to the United States, not on my watch. We have the worst immigration laws in the entire world. So we want a safe country, and it starts with the borders, and that's the way it is.
Overnight, another surge of protests against President Trump's controversial executive order. Demonstrators at San Francisco's airport met by riot police, capping off a weekend of massive demonstrations, including many at airports across the country and the streets around the White House.
The recovery preparedness is working out very nicely. You see it at the airport, you see it all over. It's working out very nicely.
For the record, Madam Secretary, are we still using cages for children?
Sir, we don't use cages for children.
Madam
I don't.
Secretary?
Yes, I'm being as clear as I can, sir. Respectfully, I'm trying to answer your question.
Yes or no, are we still putting children in cages?
To my knowledge, CBP never purposely put a child in a cage if you mean a cage like this.
Purposely or whatever, are we putting children in cages as of today? And I've seen the cages. I just want you to admit that the cages exist.
Sir, they're not cages.
What are they?
Areas of that facility.
No.
If you have a father and daughter, we separate that from another son.
We're not going to go through the semantics. Now, I saw the cyclone fences that were made as cages, and you did too. All you have to do is admit it. If it's a bad policy, then change it. But don't mislead the committee. Do not mislead the committee.
U.S. officials are trying to keep the group of nearly 200 people out. They want asylum.
A showdown at the border as the caravan of Central Americans attempted to cross into the United States Sunday. Some climbed the border wall but didn't cross over to draw attention to their ultimate goal of asylum. They made their way north from Central America through Mexico to Tijuana.
Watch the caravan. Watch how sad and terrible it is.
President Trump has warned they will not be allowed in the U.S.
I call them the dumbest immigration laws anywhere on earth. If a person puts their foot over the line, we have to take them into our country. Lawyers are telling them what to say. I want the cleanest water on earth. I want the cleanest air on earth. And that's what we're doing. And I'm an environmentalist. A lot of people don't understand that. I have done more environmental impact statements probably than anybody that's, I guess I can say definitely, because I've done many, many, many of them, more than anybody that's ever been president or vice president or anything even close to president.
The first big decision from the new Chief of Staff, John Kelly.
Thank you.
Kissing hot-headed Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci goodbye, just days after his dramatic arrival.
Tonight, another dramatic departure in the West Wing, this time to someone who might as well be family to Donald Trump. Hope Hicks, his communications director and longtime aide, resigning.
Michael Flynn's resignation as National Security Advisor after only just over 3 weeks on the job.
The issue here was that the president got to the point where General Flynn's relationship, misleading the vice president and others, or the possibility that he had forgotten critical details of this important conversation, had created a critical mass and an unsustainable situation. That's why the president decided to ask for his resignation, and he got it.
He gave an explosive interview to the New York 2 nights ago, saying that he was going to fire Priebus or find a way to get rid of him, was going to ask the Justice Department to investigate him for allegedly leaking information to the news media.
Sean Spicer is out, resigning after 6 months on the job.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period, both in person and around the globe. I'm sorry, please stop shaking your head again. Somebody's asking a question. It's not your press briefing. Okay, you don't get to just yell out questions. We're going to raise our hand like big boys and girls.
I think that your country has tremendous economic potential, unbelievable, unlimited. And I think that you will have a tremendous future with your country, a great leader. And I look forward to watching it happen and helping it to happen, and we will help it to happen.
The president's single footstep made him the first sitting U.S. president to enter North Korea.
We were in Japan for the G20. We came over, and I said, hey, I'm over here. I want to call Chairman Kim. And we got to meet, and stepping across that line was a great honor. They're staying on. I mean, at some point, look, I'm looking forward to taking them off. I don't like sanctions being on his country. I'm looking forward, but the sanctions remain, yes. But at some point during the negotiation, things can happen. I want you to send Chairman Kim a picture. Thank you, President. You want to come up? You want to come up? You don't want to talk about transparency? Well, no, I'll talk about transparency. I like transparency here, and I'm the most transparent president in history. There was no due process.
And I think it's considered a joke all over Washington and all over the world. In the history of our country, there has never been a disgrace like what's going on right now. Quiet.
Sir, do you believe
Please.
your tweets and words can be intimidating?
I don't think so at all.
Mr. President, do you think you're going to get impeached?
Well, I shouldn't be. Look, the press is unbelievably dishonest. That was a major statement put out last night by the foreign minister of Ukraine and also by the president of Ukraine. And you don't even report it. It's a disgrace.
The yeas are 230. The nays are 197. Present is 1. Article 1 is adopted. Question is on adoption of Article 2. The question is on the adoption of Article 2. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. No. The ayes have it. On this vote, the yeas are 229. The nays are 198. Present is 1. Article 2 is adopted.
Last night, the United States brought the world's #1 terrorist leader to justice. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He was the founder and leader of ISIS, the most ruthless and violent terror organization anywhere in the world. He died like a dog. He died like a coward. The world is now a much safer place.
In a major escalation in tensions between the U.S. and Iran, the top Iranian general has been killed in an airstrike while leaving the Baghdad airport. The Pentagon confirmed the U.S. military carried out the attack.
Soleimani was plotting imminent and sinister attacks on American diplomats and military personnel, but we caught him in the act and terminated him.
The argument is that you bought yourself some time and you didn't use it to prepare hospitals, you didn't use it to ramp up testing. Right now,
you're so disgraceful.
But what did you do with the time that you bought?
You know
the
we
month
did.
of February. That
we
video
did.
has a gap.
January.
February, the entire
January.
month of
I said in
February. Your video
January.
has a complete gap.
On
Month of
January
February.
30th.
What did your administration do in February with the time that your travel ban bought
A
you?
lot.
What?
A lot. We did a lot. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that. Your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. Supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way, right? And then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? The new headline is Trump asks people to go outside. That's dangerous. Here we go. Same old group. You ready? I hope people enjoy the sun. And if it has an impact, that's great. I would like you to speak to the medical doctors to see if there's any way that you can apply light and heat to cure. You know, if you could. And maybe you can, maybe you can't. Again, I say maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not a doctor. But I'm like a person that has a good you-know-what.
The number of deaths here in the United States has just crossed 100,000. That is 100,000 men, women, children, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, grandparents. 100,000 plus gone.
We begin the hour with a horrifying statistic. The United States has now registered 200,000 coronavirus deaths.
The nation passed 300,000 dead today as vaccine doses rolled out and sleeves rolled up.
Please, I can't breathe. Please, man. Please. Bro, you got him down, man. Let him breathe, at least, man. What do you want? Bro, get in the car, man. I will. Get in the car. I can't move. I've been waiting the whole time, man. Get in the car. Mama. Get up and get in the car right.
How long y'all gotta hold him down?
He is human, bro.
His nose is completely.
You can put him in the car.
described as all hell breaking loose in Seattle when police lost control of downtown, crowds destroyed, then took over their vehicles. This video capturing one man removing a high-powered police rifle before a plainclothes security guard disarmed the man, clearing the magazine.
At this hour, fires are still burning on the south side of Minneapolis after protesters took to the streets to demand justice for George Floyd, the unarmed, handcuffed black man who pleaded with a police officer to let him breathe as the officer pinned him to the pavement with a knee to his neck. The city's mayor is urging people to leave the area, and he has reportedly asked the governor to call in the National Guard.
At least one man is dead this morning. The circumstances still under investigation. Police say he was shot and killed outside a pawn shop near the demonstration.